We all know Kobe Bryant for his killer instinct, but Kobe Bryant wasn't always the Black Mamba. There was an event in his career that changed everything. This is the story of that event. What's up everybody, it's Jimmy, and before we get into today's video, shout out to Anthony Bennett fan page on Instagram. Not much debate here. I think we all know Anthony Bennett was the best hooper to touch a basketball. Show some respect to the man that paved the way for greats like MJ, Magic, and LeBron, and go follow the only active Anthony Bennett fan page on Instagram. Now back to today's video. When you think of Kobe Bryant, you think of this. A stone cold killer, no regard for his opponent. And as basketball fans, we love this about Kobe. The guy guarding him, not so much. Now if you watch the early 2000s Lakers, you know they were about as dominant as it gets, and as good as they were as a team, it was basically the Shaq and Kobe show. Now you see, it was the Shaq and Kobe show, not the Kobe and Shaq show. Because at the time, this was Shaq's team. During the Lakers three-peat, Shaq was quite literally unstoppable. He didn't really have a rival. There was no Shaq stopper. Well, other than the free throw line. In that 3-year span, Shaq won a regular season MVP, 3 finals MVPs, and led the Lakers to 3 consecutive championship victories. And this would remain the theme for the early 2000s Lakers. That is until Kobe had a game that would change his entire outlook on the game of basketball. See, Kobe wasn't always the face of the Lakers. He entered the league as a 17-year-old, but didn't start until he was 20, and didn't lead the team in scoring until he was 24. Now don't get me wrong, Kobe has always been Kobe, but in this particular moment in time, Kobe Bryant became the Black Mamba. In the early 2000s, if there was one player on the planet that could give Kobe the business time after time, it was Tracy McGrady. Before the injuries took T-Mac's career, the dude could do just about everything you could think of on the basketball court and get you 30 points a night. People saw McGrady as the next guy to take over the NBA. But on March 15, 2004, Kobe changed all of that. At the time, Kobe was going through some serious off-the-court issues, dealing with strong accusations in and out of the courtroom, basically not being able to focus on the game he loved to play and his job. To make matters worse, Kobe and his wife were going through a rough time, understandably, and Kobe got kicked out of his own house. I could only imagine what was going through his mind at the time. This was all going down just days before he had to face off against Orlando and T-Mac. But the NBA is a business, and this was his job. So the night of the game, he laced him up and took the court like always. But Kobe wasn't playing like Kobe.
First time he says he's never felt like he wanted to even be at a basketball game. He couldn't concentrate at all. Felt like he's lost everything. He had 1 point in the first half. He
went 0 for 3 from the field and only scored 1 point in the entire first half. Tracy McGrady said he didn't even recognize him. He was passive, he wasn't taking any shots, and to make things worse, T-Mac was lighting Kobe up and already racked up 21 points by the half. The Magic were up by 11 by halftime, and judging by the way Kobe was playing, they were confident they had the win. And it was this series of events that led up to one of the most important moments in Kobe's career. While sitting in the locker room, team down by double digits, having one of the worst games in years, Kobe put everything into perspective. He recalled this moment in an interview saying, "I remember sitting in the locker room at halftime and saying to myself, you know what? You may lose everything in life because of the situation that you've put yourself in. You may lose your family, your freedom, but I'll be damned if you lose basketball, because this I can control." And this is when Kobe became the Black Mamba. Taking the court in the second half, he immediately played a different kind of basketball, and it didn't take long for everyone on the court to notice. T-Mac recalls instantly seeing a difference in Kobe's game, physically and mentally.
Second half, totally different story, totally different dude. This dude came out and was kicking our butts.
Kobe was pulling everything. Off the dribble, pulling. Double team, pulling. Goes up in the paint, draws contact, expecting the foul, pulling, and still gets the bucket. The man was unstoppable. The Lakers pushed the game into overtime and got the W. Kobe finished the game with 38 points, including 24 in the fourth quarter. The man went from 1 point in the first half to 37 in the second half. And this wasn't just against any team. This was against the future face of the NBA and his rival, Tracy McGrady. Imagine being in Kobe's perspective. Looking back, we know he won that case, but imagine what was going through his mind at the time. He didn't know whether he was going to be on a basketball court or in a prison in 1 year's time. But this didn't stop Kobe from playing basketball, because if there's one thing Kobe was meant to do, it's play basketball. But this change lasted much longer than that second half. In the 2 weeks prior to this game, Kobe was averaging just 18 points a game. In the couple weeks following this game, Kobe averaged 31. He was a changed man. And I think every great player, or any successful individual for that matter, must face these types of incredibly huge, overbearing obstacles to reach their goals. The difference between those who are good and those who are great are the ones who face these challenges and not back down from them. Kobe Bryant is a once-in-a-generation player. He can score relentlessly, he has the skills of an all-time great, and he is a winner. But if there's one thing Kobe Bryant will be remembered for, it's his killer instinct and his ability to step up in big moments. Kobe was never, and I mean never, afraid of big moments, and this is what we love about the guy. T-Mac went on to say he believes he had a hand in creating the Black Mamba on that night in 2004.
And I like to think, since you told me that story, I had something to do with creating the Black Mamba.
Kobe has always been Kobe from the day he stepped into the league as a scrawny 17-year-old. But on March 15, 2004, Kobe Bryant became the Black Mamba. Hope you guys enjoyed today's video, and as always, until next time.